Welcome back everybody, it's me, Gunmando92, and we are back today with our MotoGP 22 seasons and our career. I hope you like the video. If you do, please hit that thumbs up button and leave a like. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, my content, if you haven't subscribed already. And if you do subscribe, thank you so much for subscribing and supporting me, my channel and my videos. And don't forget to hit that bell so you don't miss any of them as they drop onto YouTube. So yeah, we're back. Continuing our Moto2 season, it has been a very good season for us. We have already won the championship, although it doesn't show there. It will show at the end of the season. Mathematically, there is no way with 3 races left of the season they're going to get 187 points. So that pretty much clarifies that we are top of the championship. And our team is also 113 points in front, but obviously there is still a possibility that our team could be beaten there. So we haven't quite managed it for the team just yet. If we can, obviously that's what we're aiming for. We have one more week to complete our engine upgrade and one more week to complete our frame upgrade. So we will initiate the last upgrades before the end of the season, but that doesn't mean that they will be completed by the end of the season, of course. And the main important thing of our career so far is that we are in the Monster Energy Yamaha MotoGP team for next season. So we've got 3 races left of this season. We first head to Australia for the Phillip Island race, and then of course Malaysia for Sepang, before returning to Europe and going to Spain for the Valencian Grand Prix. So let's head straight to Australia, where it is going to be dry, so that is good to see. Yeah, like I say, Australian Grand Prix now. Normally do quite well around Phillip Island. Obviously, it's a track that's been on the calendar for a long time, so yeah, we've done a fair few laps around here, so with a bit of luck, we can continue our form here. It is a dry track, so we are going to just increase the acceleration there that we have been doing. That seems to have worked for us recently, so we're gonna stick with that. Have a look at our development tests. So what have we got? We've got tyre tests. We've got to get a 134.2 in each compound. Finish without falling over 3 times. Clean lap with a long lap. Top speed of 257 kilometers an hour. Time attack. Finish a valid lap and finish at least 3rd. Finish our race pace. So I'll probably look at my race pace for this one, I think. Seems we've got the medium tyre selected. That probably isn't going to last for 5 laps around Phillip Island, if I'm honest. So we are going to go for the hard tyre and see how the hard fares. But we're going to jump straight out for practice then. FP1 here. I'm just going to get out and see how many laps we can do. Obviously, we want to complete this race pace development so that we can get those points. I'll drop back in with everybody once we are about to start our qualifying session. Righto, so here we are. Just taken over from the autopilot. Just having a quick look to make sure we're in power mapping 3, which we are, as we come out of that final corner. Stoner corner, I believe it's called. Now then, we come down into turn 1. Onto the brakes, turn 1. A little bit of more braking there than I've liked. Turn 2. Long sweeping left-hander. Try and get onto the acceleration. We are going to get past Albert Arenas, which is good. He's not going to block my way. Oh, sorry, this is Stoner corner. Apologies. Right, onto the brakes. Are we going to get it stopped? Very easy to outbrake yourself here. Or brake too much and drop the front end. We get out of there unscathed though. Brake at the flashing sign on the left-hand side. Or the black sign if it's not flashing, of course. Onto the power out the corner, flick it left, and then flick it immediately right. A little bit of brake as you come round here so you don't drift out too wide. Don't brake too much as you come up this hill. It's very bumpy up there. You can lose the front end through here. A little bit of brake and then release the brake just as you get to the crest of the hill. And then back on as you come down the hill, otherwise you will get that rear wheel off the floor and most likely crash. Didn't really want to get the wheelie out of that previous corner, but we'll ignore that one. And round that final corner now, a little bit of tyre spin as we come out there. You can see the inside of that tyre is boiling hot, and we'll cross the line in a 1:31.9. Not my quickest lap. don't know if we're going to get any quicker with this set of tyres. We'll give it a go though. That's wide. Is that going to mean we can get the apex of this corner now? It does. A little bit of curb on exit. We're not up at the moment. No, we're going to bail this lap. This isn't a very good lap at all. I've outbraked myself there as well, so... Let's just see. I've got a feeling... Where am I going? I've got a feeling that a 131.9 should be enough for pole position. I mean, no one else has been anywhere near the 131, so... Let's just wait and see. It's not our quickest lap of the weekend, but we're going to run with it for now. Okay, just as we thought, 131.9 was plenty enough. A 132.5 from Marcel Schrotter saw him second, and Iagura 132.6 finishing that front row. Sam Lowe's 8th, and unfortunately for Jake Dixon, down in 17th. Didn't quite know what happened there for the gas. Two gases there right next to each other, so maybe they just couldn't get a lap in, who knows. But we're on the front row, and a pole position in the Australian Grand Prix. 6 laps round here, I think. We shall see. I think it's a longer track, so it might be decreased.
After a long weekend, the race is
the interesting thing is tyres. What tyres does it think we should use? So it reckons a medium front.
And temperatures are perfect for racing, but this track's
might try a medium front then. That's what our team reckon. Definitely a hard rear, yes. The front tyre was going to be the tyre for me. I wasn't too sure. Development tests, quick check. Only thing we haven't done is end the weekend without falling in at least 3 sessions at the moment. We'll have to see if we can complete that in the last one. So, here we go. Medium front, hard rear. Let's start this race. We're not going to watch the grid because it's got a habit of making the AI crash. We're just going to quickly show you the front row there, and then Sam Lowe's in 8th place, and Jake Dixon down 17th and 18th for the 2 gas machines. So, here we go, on the grid, pole position. Let's do this. Revs up. And we are a go. Little bit of a wheelie on the line there. We are staying in front of Marcel Schrotter though. We're going to knock it back down to palm up in 2 just as we enter the corner. So we can get onto that accelerator nice and early. Around this left hand, a little bit wide. You want to go on exit here. Get onto the acceleration nice and early and hug that inside curb. There's a good line through there. Do we get it stopped? We do, just. A lot of rear braking in there as well. It's a little bit closer to that curve than I normally like. Okay, gap's up to 7 tenths. It's going to come down though, slightly, because that wasn't the best exit out of that corner. Easy round this corner. Just about to get that stopped. Gap's nearly a second. It'd be nice if we could get that up to a second. Bit wide there. Power map in 3 as we come down the hill. Or as we come down the straight, sorry. The gap is 1.2, so it is increasing. 1:37.9 for our first lap. Perfect corner through that turn 1. And into turn 2. Hold that line and pick up that apex. Gap's up to 1.5. There is 6 laps of this Grand Prix. No, 1.9, nearly 2 seconds the gap is now. I did say we have some very good pace through here. Not entirely sure why we have so much pace over the AI here, but I'm certainly not going to start complaining about it. I did say that this track's been on the calendar a long time. We've done a fair few laps around here. Right, out of there. Coming into the left. Punchy acceleration, bit of power mapping 3. We've got a lot of extra fuel. Might as well use it to get that gap up. We might need it towards the end of this race. 132.6. That is about the lap time we did in our FP1 session, which of course was our race pace strategy development thing, whatever you want to call it. I went for race strategy because that's what they call it in F1 there. So we're still in power mapping 3. We are going to try and use a little bit of that fuel. Don't really want to be carrying that much extra fuel around with us. Just under a lap now, so we're going to turn that off. Back down to power mapping 2. We'll keep that extra fuel just in case we do need it towards the end of this race. The gap is staying at about 2 seconds now though, so that's good. We can be a little bit more cautious on the corners now with that 2-second lead and not apply too much pressure on that front tyre around the left-hand corners. That's the plan. Out of there, nicely done. Freewheel it round here. Ooh, onto the acceleration. So we're about halfway through this race, and the left-hand side of that front tyre is looking about half warm. So it's definitely a factor here. Is going to be that left-hand side tyre. We did go with the medium front, of course. I didn't really look at the rest of the grid to see what they went with. I'd assume they'd have gone for the medium or the hard. I know you get the odd balls that stick a soft in there and whatever, but the majority of the grid do normally pick a similar tyre, so... Oh, I've got phone caps. Out of there. Gap's still 2.2, so that's good. We're managing that gap. You see the race pace from the last, or lap pace from the last lap, did decrease ever so slightly from the 32.6 to a 133, so that's fine. We can keep to that sort of pace, that's okay. Although saying that, that gap's come down quite a bit now to 1.8. As long as it doesn't drop below 1 second, if it starts dropping below 1 second, we're going to have to up our pace. Or attempt to up our pace anyway. Okay, coming down these left-handers now. We start our penultimate lap. Out of the final corner. The gap is 1.9, so it has gone back up to nearly 2 seconds. More than happy with that. We've got 1.6 laps of fuel, so I'm going to do a little bit of a checkout lap, if we can, just to try and use some of the extra fuel, as well as increase that gap to over 2 seconds if possible. Main reason burn off that fuel, obviously the lap times are coming down as we're trying to manage the best we can with this front tyre. Oh, it's not a corner to go wide in. Not like that left-hand tyre. The gap is coming down, 1.5, Marshall Schrotter. He was saving his tyre, I reckon. Right, out that corner then. Coming down this main straight. We're going to keep power mapping through all the way down the straight. I won 32.7, so a lap time that is back to nearly the quickest lap of the race, so I'm happy with that. Probably giving me enough as well to just ease off a little bit with that front tyre as we go a little bit wide there. Nearly dropped it then. Felt the rumble through the controller there and had to come off of the brake, so yeah, definitely feeling it with this front tyre now. But I do think it is manageable. I do think it is going to last. It will last this lap. As we come out of that corner, the gap is still at around 2 seconds, so that's good. Don't get on them curbs. It's going to slow me down slightly. His last lap time now though. Up the heel on the left hander. Not really using the front brake through that one. A little bit more tentative into this corner. Gap's 1.5, so that is nothing to worry about there. It is purely just making it around this last corner. Nice and steady. Nice and easy as we come out there. Lift the bike up earlier than what we normally would. A slower lap for the last lap, but it does not matter one jot. We have won the Australian Grand Prix as well. Cracking result there with a 132.6 as our quickest lap. A 132.660, but I don't know if grey means that it was a valid lap. I think grey might mean it wasn't valid. Excuse me. So, 201 in the championship. Our team 122 in the championship. So that's brilliant. As we sit in Parc Fermé again on that #1 spot. Parked our bike up. Obviously you don't get the podium for MotoGP and the Moto3 and the Moto2 class. We gain all that reputation and we gain 11,600 credits. We didn't pass the without a falls, but don't think it really matters. We head to Malaysia now for the next Grand Prix. We are just going to add that 9 weeks. Won't get it for the races, but it might mean that it is completed by the time that we finish the season. So they are done. We've got 2 races left of this season, Malaysia and Valencia, which I'll probably try and do in one video, one video to be honest, so that we can get to that MotoGP season. Obviously with the new MotoGP game coming out, and I believe it's June, they might delay it, they might not, so obviously we've only got a couple of months till that comes out. It'd be nice to try and get the MotoGP season underway and finished at least the first time round, see if we can crown ourselves MotoGP World Champion in this Moto2 game. But for today, that is all I've got time for. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please hit that thumbs up button and leave a like. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and my content if you haven't subscribed already. And if you do subscribe, thank you so much for subscribing and supporting me and my videos. And don't forget to hit that bell so that you don't miss any of them as they drop onto YouTube. And I shall see you all in the next video.